Hey there. So, are you considering investing in a coach for your business? When we look back over the course of our 15-year network marketing career, coaching is the one investment that we've made that has a 100% success rate for 10 times in our investment. Every single time we've invested in a coach or a bit, our business has grown. It's doubled, tripled, and often even grown by 10 times or more. So, now, are you considering investing in a coach? Has it maybe been kind of, something in the back of your mind, something you've been thinking about? When it comes to coaching, we are extremely picky about who we work with and why we choose to work with that person. Okay. So in this episode today, we are going to share 6 things that we look at when evaluating any network marketing coaching program to virtually guarantee that we'll get a 10 times return on that investment. So whether you're looking to invest in your first or next coach, or maybe you're looking for a leader to follow on social media, this episode is going to take you behind the scenes of our own decision-making process, and it's going to help you evaluate your next coaching program, the next course you purchase, or any kind of training decision that you're making to dive into.
Hey there, everyone. I'm Jordan Bailey, and I'm here today with my mom and business partner, Kathy Schneider. We are the co-founders of the Global Freedom Community and a mother-daughter team who help network marketers with the simple strategies to grow your business quickly online without confusion and overwhelm. If you're here with us today, we want to welcome you. We want to say thanks for hanging out with us, whether you're catching it live, whether you're catching the replay. And if you're watching over on our new YouTube channel, be sure and become a subscriber so that you will know anytime that we drop a new episode like this. And so as you're coming on today, say hello, let us know you're here, let us know where you're tuning in from. And we want to welcome you and remind you that with every single new episode, we provide a free downloadable resource to help you take action on what we talk about. We don't want you to just sit here and listen to us talk at you. We want to actually help you take action and get results in your business. And so every single episode has a free downloadable resource that goes with it. Also, you can get a full recap of this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the description below, or you can head over to globalfreedomcommunity.com/60 and get a full recap of the episode and grab today's free resource. So we have some exciting stuff for you today. Let's dive in.
Okay, if you've been around, listen to us very much at all, I say this often, we love Jim Rohn. He was one of our first mentors because our first mentor was an actual friend of Jim Rohn, and he had followed his stuff forever. And so it kind of just was embedded in us. It's like, you got to read this stuff because it's good for you. If you want your business to go forward, you got to tune into what Jim Rohn says. So we've listened to that. It's something we took to heart, something that we take very seriously, and we do reference his quotes a lot. So Jim Rohn said, "Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better." Anyone ever guilty of going, wish this was just easier, this is so hard? Nope, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Let me tell you, Jim Rohn just tells you like it is, all right? He doesn't sugarcoat anything. And don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. And we get wisdom when we what? When we invest in ourselves, when we read more books, we take more courses, we invest in a coach, whatever it is. When you attend an event and you learn more about your business, that's how you get more wisdom, right? It's as you learn and explore all those things, it gives you more wisdom. So don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. And don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom. I just love that quote.
Absolutely. That's a good one. And hey there, Sarah. Hey there, Delroy. Welcome. We're excited that you guys are here. Today, we're going to be talking about 6 non-negotiables that we look at when evaluating any coaching or course opportunity for our business. We invest in a lot of coaching. We invest in a lot of courses. It's something we've been doing for well over a decade in our business, but we are very, very picky about that. And today we're going to share, kind of take you behind the scenes of some of the stuff that we evaluate and the things that are just a non-negotiable for us before we make any investment in our business. Now, maybe you're considering coaching. Maybe you're wondering, will coaching even help my business? Is coaching a good step for my business? Maybe I'm not ready for it yet. Maybe I can just figure it out by myself, right? If you're thinking about any of those things or you're just curious, we created a free assessment. Is coaching the right next step for your business? It'll take you less than 5 minutes to complete, and it will be a very, very powerful tool to help you evaluate whether or not coaching is a good next step for you. So you can go over and grab that assessment at globalfreedomcommunity.com/60 and check it out. Let us know. We're curious to see what your results are. So, we invest in coaching because it is proven to be the one thing that gives us a 100% success rate in growing our business and getting to our goals. We are big fans of coaching. We're big fans of mentorship. We strongly believe that if you want to get to the top of the mountain, you gotta find someone who is already up there, who's already done it, and who is willing to show you what they did to get there. And we love following leaders and people online, but we found that by investing in courses and coaching, we really get to see the full picture. We get to see the inner workings of their process, not just what they do, but why they do it. And for us, that has made all the difference in our business. Now, that being said, we are extremely picky about who we follow and about who we listen to when it comes time to growing our business. I mean, can anybody agree? There's a lot of noise out there, right? There's like a different Facebook ad in your newsfeed every other day, people popping up in your inbox all the time. It seems like everyone's a coach. It seems like everyone's got an offer. And sometimes it can be really hard to evaluate, is this the right next step for me? And the last thing you want to do is invest your hard-earned money or your precious time or your effort, right? And get led down the wrong path. And that's happened to us before, where you spend money, time, energy, and you look up a few months later and you're actually further away from where you need to be, right? And so if you've been led astray by coaches or courses before, or maybe you've never even invested in a course or a coach because you're afraid that's going to happen to you, right? We know that this list that we're going to share with you today is going to give you confidence and clarity as you move forward, reaching all of your business goals. So let's jump in and let's talk about the 6 non-negotiables that we look for when evaluating a coach or a course for our business.
Yeah, so before we jump into number 1, I want to announce last week's winner because we have a winner. And what we're doing is we're giving away these, they're called dream cards. Really, I would call them more like they're action cards for things to help you achieve your dreams, okay? And that is, I want everyone to help me congratulate, let's see, Claudia Dahlmeyer. And so Claudia, congratulations. Yeah, awesome. And the way Claudia won these is by sharing last week's episode. So we've got Claudia's right here. Well, I've got some more right here. So we're going to do this again this week. So if you would like to be next week's winner, all you've got to do is share this episode. Be sure and drop in the comments the word share so that we know you shared. Facebook doesn't always show us who shared. And so drop that in and let us know that you shared. And then your name will go into the drawing for next week. Okay. And we'll announce it. So awesome. Congratulations, Claudia. Claudia, to get this, all I need is for you to reach out to me. I need your mailing address so I can drop it in the mail to you along with a note of congratulations. So let's talk about things we look for in a coach or in a course, okay? This is something, anytime we're going to invest in our business, and I want to point that out, it's not about cost, it's about investment, okay? So when we go to invest in our business, and we're looking at a coach or we're looking at a particular course, we're like, should this be a course we buy? Should this be a coach that we invest with? We look at their track record, okay? So we look at the track record of the person who created the course or we look at the track record of that coach. We want to know, like, we want to make sure it's someone that was in the trenches doing what they teach, that it's not theory. It's not something they just, Googled and stuck it out there and said, hey, I'm going to sell this, which, there are people that do that, unfortunately. We wanted to make sure it was someone that their track record, like they've got a proven history of what they're teaching is something that they've taken, they've applied, they've actually gotten results from that, and then they're sharing it with others, right? And so we want their track record. We want to know, has this person, do they know what they're talking about? Not do they know how to Google? we all can do that, right? So it's really important to us that it be something that is, something this person really knows firsthand from experience, and they got results. Okay.
Well, and also we like to only work with coaches who have been successful in the network marketing space. And that's been a big one for us because network marketing is not the same as internet marketing. It's not the same as influencer marketing. It's not the same as online sales. And while these industries, those industries are transactional, right? You're out to sell a product to someone, they buy it, you profit. That's the end of it, right? That's kind of how that works. Network marketing is relational. So the way you talk to people, the systems you put in place, the things you've got to have, it's got to be duplicatable as well, right? And so the strategies and the systems that go into building a prospecting and recruiting system for network marketing is totally different than what you might learn from an internet marketer or, someone who's a sales coach or something like that. So that's, again, I'm not saying you can't learn things. There's plenty to learn from people. I've invested in life coaches. I've invested in coaches that help with happiness, health, wealth, things like that. That I didn't look at it as a business coach, right? There's a difference. There's a difference in investing in a business coach. If it's a business coach, we want them to have a proven track record within the network marketing industry so that they can help us find, connect with, talk to, and build systems for network marketers that really, really work. So
it's kind of like, think about it the way I've always thought of it as, I know when my son was taking golf in school, we invested in a golf coach in addition to the teacher that he had, because he had never even picked up a golf club when he decided to go into golfing, and he was in junior high. So you can imagine he wanted to be good, right? You don't want to go into something and admit that you don't know what you're doing. So we invested in golf lessons. We did not select someone that knew tennis or that was basketball or that was, racquetball.
No, they're an athlete. They're good at sports. So surely golf. No.
He picked a golf coach. And then the same thing happened when he decided, nope, golf's not my thing. I think I want to try tennis. Well, guess what we did? We invested in a tennis coach. So, it's part of, and so that's the way I look at it, is you want someone whose experience is actually in what it is you're trying to learn.
Absolutely. The next big thing for us is we look at their lifestyle. I mean, call me crazy, but we think you can actually build a business without hustling like till you drop, right? We don't think we're all about hard work. We know you've got to work hard. You got to put in the effort. You got to put in the energy, but you should be able to do that around your priorities, right? We talk all the time about prioritizing your priorities, not building your business at the expense of your lifestyle. And so if a coach or a trainer tells us that we have to hustle 24/7 to get where we want to go, that's a no for us, right? And we simply because we've seen too many other people get where we want to go without having to hustle 24/7 and without having to sacrifice their priorities. I mean, we like things like family dinners, football games. We like to take it easy on a Monday morning, right? We like walking out of the office in the evenings and enjoying time with our family. And so if the coach or the trainer that we're evaluating doesn't have a lifestyle that we would want to live, it's like, cool, maybe they have this amazing system. Maybe they are making tons of money. Maybe they're impacting millions and millions of people. But if they're doing that at the expense of their lifestyle, then to us, it's just simply not worth it. So again, that's not something that maybe everybody takes into account when looking at a coach, but it's a really, really big one for us.
Oh yeah, it's really probably the number one for me. I mean, seriously, it is so important to me that the lifestyle be one that I want to actually experience. Because if I get in there and find out that, this is going to take like sacrificing my family and sacrificing the time with my husband, which I realize that's family, but I'm talking about your kids and then your husband, those relationships. It's like, no, that's a no-go for me.
Mhm.
So, okay. Do you get good vibes? My husband teases me about this one all the time because he's like, well, what's your gut telling you? What's your intuition telling you? He's like, he tells people all the time. He's like, if Kathy says that she doesn't feel good about a situation, don't mess with it. Like, don't go there. He said, I don't know how she does it, but I'm like, it's not just me. I think it's a female thing. So if we got guys on here, I know listening in, Delroy, I see you. Well, you've just got to
call it, we call it our intuition. A guy says it's a gut instinct, right? A lot of times that's the word that guys use.
So you gotta listen to, like, what is your heart saying? What's your gut saying? What's your intuition saying? Like, what, like, oh man, I don't know. Or have you ever just been in the room with someone, or you're on the phone with someone, or you're on a Facebook Live listening to someone, and you just don't get good vibes? Like, it's like something just feels a little off here. Like, maybe they don't feel authentic to you. Maybe, I don't know. You can't put your finger on it, but something just doesn't feel quite right. Then that's when we say, nope, I don't know what it is. And this happened to us recently. We almost invested, a ton of money into an opportunity that had a huge, it looked like it could have a huge opportunity at the other end of it. Maybe it still could.
Yeah,
we don't know. But the vibes, we just got vibes that we were like, I don't know. There's something that just doesn't feel right about this. And
and because of that, we reached out to some friends of ours and found out that our instinct was pretty spot on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people who had some experience in that area. And we realized, actually, we were correct. Our gut, and everything looked great on the surface. It was just bad vibes. And so it's really interesting how powerful that can be. So,
yeah. And I say, to me, I really think, everyone knows that I am very spiritual. I definitely start my morning every day with prayer. I think it's just a matter of praying about it and then giving yourself some quiet time to listen to God's answer and his response. And you know what? So I think that intuition a lot of times is God just saying, yep, go for it. Or nope, I don't think this is the direction you need to go. So you just have to listen and not push things if it doesn't feel right.
Well, and the other thing too is, could you see yourself sitting down and having a cup of coffee with this person or having a drink with them at the end of the day? Like, something that we found with coaches and trainers is they put a lot of their own personality and their own characteristics into their programs. I know we do, right? People tell us all the time, you're so down to earth, you're so real. Well, that's how our programs are. That's how our coaching programs are. We don't have a lot of hype. We don't have a lot of fluff. And so we put a lot of our personality in there, and you got to feel like it's somebody that you could be friends with, that you could really connect with. And it's very, very important. Very, very important. And by the way, thank you, Gwen, for sharing. We appreciate that. Remember, if you share this broadcast, you will be put into a drawing to win some dream cards from us. We're going to send them to you in the mail. You're going to be able to, they're really cool. They've got affirmations and little action steps and some really cool stuff. I keep one on my desk all the time. And so we'll send you some. These are one of our favorite little things to kind of remind you to stay inspired and motivated and in action for your business. We'll actually mail you some. So thank you for sharing, Gwen. All right, number 4, Mom.
Yeah, what's their strategy? Jordan talked about it. We don't like fluff. We don't teach fluff to our own students, our coaching clients. So why would we want to, be taught fluff from other people, right? It's like, nope, we just want to cut to it. Tell me tell me what to do, how to do it. I don't want it like a bunch of,
If it's not step by step, like just follow the yellow brick road, we're not into it pretty much.
No, we're very, very, we want to know, the steps to take. So I think, this is something that Jordan, the way she explained this, I think is really cool. She said that whether you're following a recipe for your favorite chocolate chip cookies using Google Maps to get from California to New York City, or looking to 10 times your income with your business, the concept is the same. Systems and strategies work, right? And so I think if you take that analogy of, are you traveling? Are you cooking in the kitchen? I was making some beef stew yesterday, and I followed the recipe step by step. It was one I've never made before. I mean, I know there's 100 ways to make beef stew, and it called for 1 1/3 cup of water. And I'm like, that is not very much liquid for beef stew. That's insane. That surely that's wrong. So I go back and I read it again. I'm like, no, 1 1/3 cups. And that was all the liquid. Guys, that was the best beef stew we've ever had. It was moist. It stayed plenty of liquid in it. I mean, I'm so glad I followed the instructions. I almost added more liquid because I was thinking this cannot be right. I always add like a can of tomatoes, or I mean, there's other things I mix in that gives it more liquid. And I followed the instructions, and guess what? It was perfect. So it's so important that when it comes to what's their strategy, is this something that, is the type of learning I like to do? Okay. And is it, am I going to pay it? It just is. I mean, we've actually invested in courses before that we got into. And it was like, I'll never forget one of the first courses we bought on blogging. Excellent information. The content was great, but there was no, you can if you want to, or, here's what we recommend, but you can do it your way. The strategy was you blog every single day, brand new content every single day. And guess what? We lasted a very short time. Our quality of what we put out there was just not good. We couldn't hold up. We got burned out. It just wasn't a strategy that would work for us with the lifestyle. It goes back to one of, I think it was number 2 that we talked about, the lifestyle. So it was like, man, this just is not working for what we're looking for. So we say all this from experience in that we've done it the right way and we've done it the wrong way. And we found that you've got to pay attention to all these different elements, all of these pieces that we're talking about here.
Well, and it's like if somebody was teaching, home parties, or, you've got to get on an airplane and fly all over to all these meetings and events and stuff like that, that wouldn't be something we'd invest in because it doesn't match our lifestyle. So it would be like, we don't even, first we look, do you have a system? Mm-hmm. And then does your system work for our other priorities, right? That's kind of a big thing. So
that's a really big thing.
All right. So let's say your potential coach or your potential course has passed 1 through 4 with flying colors. Okay. Now you get to number 5. We don't even look at this one unless they've passed the first 4. Okay. And that is, will this help me reach my number 1 goal that I have over the next 3 to 6 months? Like, will this get me closer to that? Right. So I'm not talking like, are they going to necessarily get you to your ultimate goal, although that's really important as well. It's got to, all your goals have to build upon one another, right? But you got to look at like, what are you really focused on right now? Because we all go through different seasons in our life and in our business, our goals fluctuate. So if you're in a season of being really laser focused on your business, this is usually because like right now, we're very laser focused on our business because we have some really big personal goals that we want to check off our list. And we know if our income grows, then those personal goals will take care of themselves. So we always look at a specific coach or a specific course and we evaluate it from the standpoint of, is this going to get me where I want to go in the next 3 to 6 months? Will they help me accomplish those goals in less time, with less effort, and with less of a headache, right? And that's that simple. And if it's not something that's going to get us where we want to go, if it doesn't, like I wouldn't go invest in a coach on basket weaving right now, because that's not going to help me achieve any of my goals, right? Basket weaving doesn't fit into my goal setting plan currently. And so you got to look at that. And then we move on to the last one.
Now, this one really makes me laugh because it brings back, I remember my husband came walking into the office one day, my office, home office, but into my home office. And he says, honey, I just got off the phone with our accountant. And I go, really? And he goes, yeah. He said, he's working on our taxes. And he said, well, like, I don't, I'm not trying to get into your marriage or anything, but uh, do you know how much Kathy spent on her business in the last year? And Jimmy kind of laughed and he said, yeah, I know. But you know what? We did this intentionally. Like, we know we've invested a lot. I mean, I love the way that he took it as we, even though the accountant was saying she. And he said, no, we've invested a lot, even though it's definitely my business, but he supports me in that. And he said, we've got some big goals that we're shooting for. And we knew that it was going to take some sacrifice, and we were going to have to invest now in order for it to pay off later. And I was like so relieved that he actually addressed it in that way. And what's so funny about it is, and our accountant is a wonderful man. I mean, a wonderful man, but he is all about saving money, not spending money. He is definitely just a numbers guy. And even though he's self-employed with his business, he did not at that time really understand network marketing and, that how it all worked. Well, I've been in this industry a long time now. So now he does. And he later came back several years later and he goes, what exactly is it that she does? Because then he started seeing the return on that investment as he did our taxes. And he was seeing the flip side of, okay, this is really like, she's beginning to make some good money here. So it's kind of funny. I always say, so, yes, you need to pay attention to your budget, but there is a difference. I mean, a big difference in, making a sacrifice, and which we did. We sacrificed and we didn't take a vacation for a couple of years. And we took time away with the kids, right? We did things, but we didn't go on a cruise. We didn't go to Disney. There was some time in there that we took little trips that took less money, or we did things more locally. Like we said, you know what? We've got to invest this money into the business in order to get us to where we want to be, right? So there's a difference in a sacrifice and putting food on the table. We didn't make our kids go hungry. We still had Christmas. They still got birthday gifts, but we looked at them through different eyes. We were like, okay, how can we still celebrate? How can we still do these things, still live life, right? And enjoy, but yet, how can we adjust? How can, maybe it's giving up Starbucks. Maybe it's, like I say, not taking a big vacation. Maybe it's not eating out 3 times a week. Maybe it's, no, you know what? We're going to do homemade pizza one night a week instead of ordering pizza. I mean, there's a lot of little things, little ways that we spend money. I know yesterday we were making sandwiches. And my husband laughed. He goes, is that sandwich meat about to go bad? And I go, yeah, but it was $7 worth of turkey, which we had not eaten this week, unfortunately. And it was on the last day, but we made 3 sandwiches out of it. And, we were like, okay, $7 for 3 sandwiches. And yes, we had to throw some out, but guess what? Had we gone out and ordered, at a takeout restaurant and ordered 3 sandwiches, there's no way we'd have got it for $7. Mm-mm. So sometimes it's a matter of little sacrifices, making your own sandwich instead of going to the drive-through and picking it up, which is much simpler. Little things, so you have to ask, is it a sacrifice, or is this really going to put my family out? And you've got to really compare. What we
found too is that a fear of investing money is usually more of a fear of, if I go all in with this, I'm going to have to be accountable and I'm going to have to do it, right? Yeah. And it's almost a fear of failure more than a fear of money, because any one of us, if we were guaranteed a return on our investment, we would make that investment, right? So we're afraid, like, if I invest this is it. This is the thing. Like, I have no more excuses, right? Mm-hmm. And that's not a reason to hold yourself back. That's not a reason to say no. And every single time we've invested in a coach, we've received the accountability and the mentorship and the support and that push that we needed that we wouldn't have had on our own to level up our business. So not only does a coach enable you to reach your goals 10 times faster, but they've helped us achieve goals that we were too afraid to set on our own, because they inspired us to think bigger and just believe in our own success. So really, it goes back to 2 things. the reason we've had such success with investing in coaching is this checklist, right? That's our non-negotiables, but then also our level of commitment. It is so easy to invest in a course and it just becomes a part of your little digital graveyard, right? It collects dust on your digital shelf, whatever. We've all done that before where we invested in a course and we didn't finish it or we didn't even start it.
Well, or can't even find the login,
Right.
I mean, I have bought courses before and it makes me shameful of myself to say, you know what? I don't even know where to go access it. I can't remember. I didn't set up any kind of, I set nothing up to remind myself that here is your login, here's your username, here's your password, like not even knowing the link to go find it or even remembering the name of it. And you know what? Once you do that a time or two, you go, okay, this is not the way you do it. You've got to make the commitment. You've got to make the commitment.
With coaching, it's different because you've got that person there holding.
Exactly.
It's not about a course that you can get through. It's about having a partnership to hold you accountable, to push you, to believe in you, to inspire you, to push you to play bigger. We never invest in coaching unless we have a 1,000% commitment from ourselves. And that includes a commitment to being coachable. I remember one day we invested $15,000 to spend 6 hours with a coach. That was it. $15,000 for 6 hours.
And we had to fly.
Yeah, we flew. We flew across the country. We stayed 2 nights in a hotel. That was all above and beyond that $15,000 investment.
Oh, the worst part of the whole thing, and I just have to throw this out there, we sat on the runway in an airplane for 3 hours with no air conditioning.
It was an hour. Mom really hates to fly. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, you've got this, we invested this $15,000 and we knew exactly what we wanted to get out of this day, right? We had 6 hours. We had a plan. We went in with a strategy. And that coach said, yeah, we can talk about that if you want, but you're not really there yet. This is really what we need to work on instead. And we went home that day with the choice. We could keep our pride, keep our ego and say, oh, he didn't help us with what we wanted help with, right? This person didn't help us with what we wanted to work on. Or we could be coachable and take action on what they said we needed to work on. So because we were 1,000% committed, we took action on what they told us to take action on. And over the next 6 months, we turned that $15,000 into $60,000 on that one piece of advice from that coach. So that was worth the investment. It was worth the commitment, right? So we want to encourage you, if you get ready to invest in coaching, ask yourself, what are my non-negotiables? Be picky about who you work with, but then also be extremely committed to yourself once you make that decision. So
I'm glad you found my humor, Heather. I appreciate that. Oh, yes.
Are you willing to make your own sandwich? Absolutely, right? That's so cool. Super, super good. All right, so go download the assessment we put together for you guys. Mom put this together. It's incredible. She did an amazing job on it, on really evaluating, are you ready for a coach? Like, is it going to be a waste of your time, a waste of your energy, a waste of your money? Or is this something your business could even benefit from? And it's a very honest assessment, right? It's going to really help you evaluate. You're going to get a score and you'll fall into one of 3 categories that will tell you kind of where you stand on whether you're ready for a coach, if that could be a good next step for your business.
So, the question of the week. We always like to leave you guys with the question. We really love it when you answer. We like being able to come back and comment on them. So, do you consider your network marketing thing your hobby or your business? And I think this is like something that we didn't actually put into this assessment. We didn't put this into the 6 things, but it's something to really take seriously. Like, if you're just doing this little thing that's a hobby, I mean, honestly, you don't need a coach, right? We don't need a coach for a hobby. That is an expense.
Now I got a coach for my hobby.
Yeah, but that's an expense. It's not an investment, right?
Correct.
I mean, so it is different. I mean, you definitely think, Delroy, we appreciate you. You definitely have to decide, like, is this a hobby for you? And if it is, that is okay. I mean, I would never in a million years criticize anyone for running their network marketing business as a hobby. There's nothing wrong with that. it can be a lot of fun. Mine was a hobby for years and years and years. It gave me a little something to do on the side, made just a little extra money instead of spending money. I really did. I didn't invest in my business because I was just trying to break even or make a little extra without it costing me anything. I didn't attend events. I didn't buy courses. I didn't invest in coaches. I just sold a little product and that was it, right? But when I decided that it was going to be a business, I started investing. That's when I invested my time and my resources, which is my time and my money. Invested in courses, invested in coaches, invested in attending events, leaving my kids so I could go to those events. We made sacrifices and we said, you know what? This is like, if you have a job, what do? You show up. You don't not go because your kids are at home. You figure it out. So we figured it out because it was going to become my career. And so you really have to decide. I think it's real important to talk about it. Is this a hobby or is this my business? Is it my career? Is this going to be what I'm going to really invest in and make it work? So excited. Gwen, business. Heather, business. Awesome. So thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.
You don't forget to hit that share button and comment that you shared. We'll put you into a drawing for next week's prize. Our little dream cards, which are super, super fun and really, really powerful.
We're doing these right now because they're super easy to mail out. Just going to be really honest. We're finding that, don't want to have to go to the UPS store. Want to drop them in the mail to you, but it'll be fun. Something fun.
Exactly. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day, and we will see you back here next week for a new episode. Talk to you later.